Hello folks, I hope you're all doing well. It is Sunday morning and it's glorious up here. I was up a little bit early, so I'm here really early. It's only just, maybe it's about 7 o'clock, probably just before. And look how misty it is around here. The atmosphere is lovely. It is so quiet. There is nobody here. It's been raining all weekend and it's been sort of humid and warm and things like that. And it's, speaking of being warm, it's getting to that time of year where I need to think about how I'm going to water things around here. So last few years, let me just take you on a little tour. Let me turn you around, right? Let's have a little walk down here, right? So if we come down here and we have a little peek over the fence, down there, you might be able to see a post. Let me see, there's a post just here, just in front of where the sort of reddy coloured shed is. There's a post there, and that's where the tap is. So just go there to the tap. I'm lucky to have the tap just outside my gate. But if we spin you around this way, we then have all of this to water. So we're coming down here, we've got stuff over there, we've got stuff over here, and the biggest, not pain, but the biggest thing to water, obviously, the polytunnel takes loads and loads of water, and especially in the summer. And over here, we've got to get some water all the way down here. Now, what I've been doing the last few years is I've got 2 watering cans in there. I go all up to the tap, fill up 2 watering cans, back I come, water away. And you know, on a summer's night, it can maybe, when things are a bit dry, it can take the best part of an hour to do all of that. And doing that when I'm busy at work, family life, all that sort of stuff, takes too much time. So I've been thinking of a solution. And I bought this sump pump late last year. And I've never really used it. And those of you who saw some of the videos around about flooding around here, you saw me using the pump to shift some of the flood water. And I've eventually got time to set it up. And as coincidence would have it, obviously you need a hose pipe to move water around here. And hose pipes aren't allowed, so we're not allowed to use hose pipes from the taps. The taps I mentioned because if you've got a hose pipe on for too long, it reduces the water pressure for everybody else all the way around the plot, which makes sense. And then these people at this company, let me show you this box. There's a company here called Vevor, and they said, would you like to try one of our hose pipes? And I thought, brilliant, what perfect timing. And it's a bit of a fancy one because it's got a retractable case thing on it and all that sort of stuff. So I'm here, it's wet, and you might be thinking, why am I doing this in the wet? Why is it so wet? Well, there's no point in waiting until it's really, really dry to put a watering solution in. You might as well do it when it's wet. And then when it's dry, the solution's there and ready to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a bit of a watering system set up here. We're going to use the new Vevor hose pipe. I'm going to get it set up, probably going to attach it to the compost bin over there because I need something to attach to. That's pretty much the middle of the plot, and I think that'll be the ideal place to set it up. So we'll get it hooked up on there. We'll get the system set up. We're going to use the water butt, we're going to use the sump pump and the brand new hose pipe, and hopefully we'll be able to get down to the polytunnel, into the far corner over there, into the far corner over there, and we've got a watering solution ready for the summer. So I'll scoot about a bit, I'll get set up, and I'll come back to you in just a jiffy. So first things first, let's have a quick look at what we've actually got here. This is the sort of bracket thing. I'm thinking that's just going to go into there. You need something quite, there's a little bit of weight to this, so you need something quite robust. So we'll use that on there. There's a pack of screws, and I've had them out because I want to check the size of the head, so make sure I've got the right thing to use. And let me just show you these. They're pretty heavy duty, and what they remind me of is those things that, you know, when you put a TV bracket on the wall, if you've ever done that, it's the same sort of thing where it's a sort of hex head, and you're gonna have to ratchet it or use a spanner to put it in there. And I guess that makes sense. When there's a bit of weight to the product, you need that. Instructions, yeah, we'll put them over there. This will be the pin. What will happen is the hose reel will sit on top of that bracket I just showed you, and then that'll pin through. And let's open the box and see what we've got in here. Oh, spray gun. I didn't even know it came with that. How brilliant is that? One of those ones where you can click it around and pick the different things. And everybody knows shower. That is the setting to have it on all the time. Shower, that's the one. Right, and let me see if I can tilt this out of the box. There we go. Magic, absolutely brilliant. So let's get sorted with this then. I'm going to drill a couple of pilot holes on here. We'll get this attached. We'll get that attached. And we'll get that watering system set up and see if I can actually create something half decent that might actually work and be useful. Back with you in just a jiffy. Well, that was almost too easy. So I've put the bracket on here. It's right at the top of the pallet where the big block of wood is that sort of joins the pallet together. So these top 2 bolts are going to be doing a lot of the work there because they've gone all the way through there. Bottom 2 bolts, you can see the back of them sticking out there. I've got nowhere else to attach them to the allotment, so I'll just put a bit of a cover on the back there, and that'll sort that out. Then also this goes over the top of the bracket. This plastic pin goes through here, and then there's a little pin at the bottom there that stops it falling out. And that's only one of the best things that I didn't even realise about this. It moves around like this. Look at this. That's absolutely brilliant. So I thought it was just going to sit like that. And this is a bit of an area over here where I store things like the plastic weed covering and stuff like that. And what I can do is just tuck it away like that and get access to it still. But proof is in the pudding. Can I make all of this work with water getting pumped from the water butt over there to the hose pipe, and then can I scoot around the plot and water all the plot? Well, let's just see if we can make it work or not. I'm going to go and check the water butt because it needs a little bit of TLC from a storm that we had a while ago, and I've kind of neglected it over the winter because obviously I've not needed to use it over the winter. So I'm going to give that a bit of TLC. We'll get that set up and I'll come back and we'll see if we can make some magic happen. So back with you in just a jiffy. So I guess the question is, has it worked? And there's only one way to find out. Let me pop over here. I'm going to pop the sump pump on. So I'm going to disappear out of view just for a second. We'll pop that on, right? Good news, that's come on straight away. And I'm going to head back over here. So it might take a second or two for the water to sort of find its way from over there to here. Now I can hear something and I don't know what's happening. So it's going to come out of here any second now. We'll see if we can get some pressure or not all the way through the hose pipe, but it's got to come through. This is 20 meters long in here and it retracts nicely into this little case that you can see there. So obviously it's got to come from the water butt using the pump all the way along here. There's a bit of old hose pipe that just connects up from the water butt to here, and we'll see if anything comes out. There we go. It's it by magic. It's started to come out. Now, there's not much pressure coming out at the moment. Again, it's just building up. There we go. Now it's starting to get better. So we can reach all the way around, and this is going to save me so much time. And the sun's out. Everything's drying up. Brilliant. But the question is, how far can we get across the plot with this and get water in? So what I might do is you get another attachment with it. I showed you the other attachment before. We'll change the attachment on this and we'll have a look just how far down there we can get with some decent pressure like now and see what we can get watered. So I guess the question is, just how far down the plot can we get with the new pump and hose setup? So I've unravelled the hose and we're going, you'll have to bear with me a second, all the way down here to what is pretty much the furthest away bit of the plot from where I am. There we go. I don't know how well you can see that from over there, but this new sort of sprinkler head sort of thing on the hose is working absolutely brilliant. So we're doing the bed. This is the furthest away bed. I'm eventually going to have a bed there, but again, it can reach that. And I guess the final question is, can we get in and hit the inside of the polytunnel? And as you can hopefully see, the answer to that question is very much yes. Although there's nothing in here yet, I want to give the beds a good soaking, avoiding my bits of cardboard that I've got for another project. Everything's getting a good soaking in here, because hopefully any little weed seeds that have been sitting on these beds over the winter, we'll just get them to germinate before any of the actual plants and things come up. And this, honestly, look, I can get all of this. I've got loads of spare hose out there. This is going to save me so much time over the summer when I'm up here every night, every other night, getting things watered, being able to do this without having to take the old watering can to the tap and back, to the tap and back, and we can just use this hose pipe. Absolutely no bother. Brilliant. So a couple of things to finish off with there. It's not very often on this channel I'll do a product review, only every now and again, and if it's something decent. I get offered loads of rubbish that I don't bother putting on, and it's only if I think it's something worthwhile for you guys seeing that I'll do something for it. And that, it came along at the right time, you know. I needed a hose pipe to use with a sump pump to get the plot watered, perfect timing. And it's a decent piece of kit, you know, it was dead easy. It maybe took me 10 minutes to put this on the side of the pallet colours there, hook it all up, and that's it done. The other thing to mention is I'm sure Danny at the Grapevine Garden has got something very similar, using a sump pump, watering his polytunnel, that sort of stuff. Please go and check it out. I'll put a link down below. Next thing is the kind people at Vevor have given me some discount codes and things like that to go and check out the products. Have a look down below in the description as well, and you can get some discount if there's anything there that you fancy buying. And last but not least, this is meant to be a retractable hose. So you saw I was all the way down there in the polytunnel, other end of the plot. Let's just test that out and see if that works. And it certainly does. Look at the speed. That I've got a little kink in there, but let's just put it back. I'm going to learn from that not to have kinks in it. But that was going at some speed there for retracting it. And what this is the best part about it, because look, that's all just going in there like that. And I don't have to go around and reel up a hose pipe over my shoulder and tuck it away anywhere like that. It just stays in there. I love the way it pivots on there. I mentioned that before. It's just going to tuck away there. Next time you need to water it, it'll come out. So hopefully in the summer, this is going to save me bags and bags and bags and bags of time. Because like I say, I was near enough an hour with 2 watering cans doing the whole plot. Now I've got the water butts, the pump, the hose pipe. I reckon I can cut that in half to half an hour. Jobs are good 'un. Anyway, that's me done for today, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.